The following is a presentation of Fox Sports.
We are Fox Sports. We are Minnesota.
Less than a month ago, the Wild were in Edmonton to face the Oilers' first game after the All-Star break with their season on less than stable ground. Since that time, they've been the best team in the NHL, and as they hit the ice here tonight at Rexall Place, they're only 3 points outside of the Western Conference playoffs with 3 games in hand against both the Jets and the Sharks. At Rexall Place in Edmonton with Mike Greenlay, I'm Anthony LaPanta. The Wild have had production up and down the lineup during this 11-2-2 surge, and Charlie Coyle is playing his best hockey of the year.
And when you ask Mike Gill what makes him a good hockey player, he says when he's playing assertive, that means he's playing good hockey. And what does that mean? It means when Charlie Coyle sees open ice, he needs to take it. When he sees guys in a good scoring position, that's when he's got to feed the puck. He's also a big, strong kid, so when the puck's on the back wall, that's when he's got to go get it. Remember, he's playing center right now, so there's more responsibilities, but he seems to be picking up the slack there as well.
2 assists Wednesday against Calgary. A minus player only once in his last 15. Tonight, the Wild will face an Edmonton club that's not going to be in the playoffs, but a team that has played very well against playoff contenders. Their last 6 against teams in the top 8, they're 3-2-1.
Well, they haven't been in the playoff picture for 8 years, now 9. Some would say that maybe they're just good at this type of situation of playing spoilers, but I think it's more than that. I think some of the younger players are starting to mature, and they have a new coach as of last December that has got them practicing hard, playing hard, and they're finding ways to beat good hockey teams right now.
The Wild's win over the Flames on Wednesday came at a costly price. Jared Spurgeon went out early for Minnesota. The defenseman had to step up, and one guy who did in a big way is Matt Dumba. We'll break down his game next. The wins just keep on coming for the Wild. Confidence in the crease has done wonders for a team that's now knocking on the door for a playoff invite. Everyone's been getting in on the act as Minnesota has won 9 of its last 11 games. Who will step up and lead the way tonight in Edmonton? Find out next on Fox Sports North. The Wild trying to make it 2 wins at Rexall Place this season as they pay a visit on the Edmonton Oilers. Our Northland Ford starting goaltenders.
Well, Devan Dubnyk has faced the Oilers, his old team, 4 times this season alone. He's allowed 1 goal in each of them, and with some extra minutes, has an average of under 1 and a 96 save percentage. Scrivens has faced the Wild twice in his career, both coming last season, both losses to the Minnesota Wild.
We're underway in Edmonton. And you see the starting lines for Minnesota at the bottom of your screen. Mild change at the second line right wing spot. Justin Fontaine takes the place of Jordan Schrader, who bumps down to the third line for Minnesota. Otherwise, the forward combo is the same as they were in Calgary on Wednesday night. And on defense, Matt Dumba moves up, and he'll play with Marco Scandella after the injury to Jared Spurgeon against the Flames Wednesday. Christian Folin, recalled from Iowa, he will be paired with Nate Prosser as the third defensive set for Mike Yeo tonight. Matt Dumba with it. Ahead for Fontaine at center. And across. Parise carries in for Minnesota. A shot. Pad save Scrivens. Fontaine on the rebound. Flipped it wide. Fontaine goes across to Parise. Parise recovers the puck along the boards. Back to the point for Dumba. Back into the corner for Parise. Fontaine has it behind the net for Minnesota. To the point. Scandella a drive. And it was deflected by Granlund, but wide. Fontaine in the circle for Minnesota. Takes a look. Plays it in behind the net for Parise. Parise trying to escape a check. Granlund has it. Fontaine was lurking in the slot area. Granlund able to hold the zone for a moment, but the Oilers now come to center. Purcell had it poked away at neutral ice. Parise sends it back into his own zone, and the Wild will make a change.
Well, this is a good pace, especially with the way the Wild are handling it, getting the puck in deep and firing the puck just from every angle that they can.
Coyle lost it here at center. Roy in, drops to Yakupov. His shot was blocked, and Ryan Suter plays it to the line. It's held, and a long shot on goal, gloved by Dubnyk.
Well, Mike Yeo knows that they need to keep the foot on the gas. All this great play has given them an opportunity. It's put them back in the playoff conversation, but there's still a lot more talking to do. Todd Nelson, he's turning this team around. 9 wins under his belt, 10 under his belt since he took over. And he's got these guys believing a little bit, which is something this young team needs to do. They're playing a lot better. As we talked about in the Open, they have beaten some teams that you wouldn't necessarily expect them to beat. But that's how a team could spoil the party for you if you let them.
Jared Spurgeon out of the lineup for Minnesota after he took a puck to the face in Calgary Wednesday. It's our Sanford Health injury report.
Yeah, he just kind of peeked around, and apparently he didn't see the puck until it was like 3 feet in front of him. And really little time to react. So he won't play this evening. The Minnesota Wild will have to call upon guys to step up in their minutes that may not necessarily use those kind of minutes. We saw that Dumba did it well last game. We'll see if everyone can do it here this evening with Folin being called up and into the lineup.
Challenge on Wednesday was that Spurgeon went out after playing only a minute and a half. Tonight, they have the luxury of starting the game with 6 defensemen. Christian Folin back from Iowa. Puck to the line. Pouliot holds for Edmonton. It's deflected into the corner. Buckarine in there. Leaves it behind for Fraser. Fraser hands it off at the point, and Dubnyk will set it up behind the net for Ryan Suter. Suter starts ahead for the Wild. Bayou at center, unable to tip it into the Edmonton zone, and we get a whistle as looks like this deflection caught Fraser up high.
That's, I think, Schultz down, and he's feeling up around that ear hole, and we've seen players get nailed up there before, and it's on the area, obviously, that ear guard or any kind of plastic piece that hangs down there is just not going to help very much, and he gets a deflection right up. He's a part of their top power play, and see if he is able to return after getting looked at.
Top D pair as well leads the Oilers in time on ice per game, just over 22 minutes a night. Schultz heads down the tunnel for the Oilers. Klinkhammer plays it around behind for Gordon. Gordon bumped by Folin, and Mikko Koivu scoops up the puck for Minnesota. Floats one out through center, trying to get it to Pominville. Niederreiter comes up with the puck for the Wild. Back to Brodin. Brodin fires it in from just outside the Edmonton line. Marincin tips it up the boards. Lloyd Gordon there to support. He spins away from a hit and got it to Matt Hendricks. Hendricks sends it down into the Minnesota zone. Scandella back to pick it up. He's ridden out hard by Klinkhammer. Wild efficiently back the other way. Koivu with it at center. Scandella in stride into the Edmonton zone, but Niederreiter was in early, and it's offside against Minnesota.
Well, Scandella has that ability, and I like it when he does decide to use that speed that he has and get into the offensive zone. He's playing alongside Matt Dumba, who has the potential to be that type of player, but the Wild want him to concentrate a little bit on his game in his own zone first, and then make good choices when he's trying to turn things back offensively.
Matt Dumba races ahead for Minnesota to Fontaine, but the pass was in his skates, and the Wild offside at the Edmonton line. Minnesota's recent surge has come on the shoulders of Devan Dubnyk. Not surprising, these numbers coincide with his arrival. Our Toyota Key stat says Minnesota 11-2-2 since he arrived. That's the best record in the National Hockey League.
He's given the Wild the freedom and the flexibility to play their game. The confidence that they feel in him and that he feels in the way that they play in front of him is very evident.
Parisi into the Edmonton zone. Sends it across for Scandella. Winds and fires, and a save by Scrivens. Heavy shot by Scandella, but Scrivens had a good look.
The Wild don't have a lot of defensemen that can hurt you with their shot. But I'll tell you one thing, that Marco Scandella, he can put dents in iron, I think. He just tags this one, and Scrivens locks it down very nicely. But when you talk about the way that Teams block shots all the time. He's the kind of guy with a shot that can scare guys away from really committing to that block shot.
Fane behind the net for Edmonton.
And you saw that in the entire lane that he had towards the goaltender with the slapper.
Schrader into the corner. Trying to escape Klefbom out to the point. Suter has it for Minnesota. To Vanek. Vanek tried to send one to the corner. It's intercepted. And now a floating pass for Yakupov. But Suter catches up with the play to break it up. Hamilton couldn't get a shot away. Hamilton stick breaks. That allows Schrader a chance to send it out for Minnesota. Cross ice for Vanek. But that's intercepted and dumped back in by Ferentz.
Yakupov got a very bad bounce. It was a wild bounce rather than an Oiler bounce. It bounced back, almost had backspin on it instead of bouncing forward. You know that Yakupov has speed and skill. It was a good break for the Wild. Good job by good job by Brodin to get back in the play and become a defensive stalwart back there on the breakup of the play.
Puckarinen at neutral ice. Back to Fraser, who carries it into the Minnesota zone. Dumps to the corner, works around Prosser. Finds Pouliot in the corner. Pouliot back out to the point. Marincin with a shot. It goes off the end glass. Niederreiter trying to create traffic along the wall, but the Oilers hold. Dubnyk gloves and holds.
Well, Yakupov got a nice flip shot as it was turned over just inside the offensive blue line for the Wild, and that meant Yakupov was looking for something but just didn't get it. And right here, look at good stick there by Brodin getting back into the play, and that's what we talked a lot about Dumba. Brodin showing that he obviously can do that as well in the Wild, and everyone's just going to try and slow this young guy down because he has been very, very consistent lately.
Wild control this draw. Faceoffs have gone Edmonton's way early. They've won 6 of the first 8. This time it allows Minnesota a chance to clear the zone. Oilers quickly have it back. Purcell back in his own zone. Haula intercepts just outside the Edmonton line. Flips one in toward the net. Scrivens gloves and drops. Klefbom back to Nugent Hopkins, who plays it out to center ice. Ryan Suter there for Minnesota. Bayou and Nugent Hopkins battle for the puck at the red line. Haula tips it into Edmonton territory. And now Jonas Brodin has it for Minnesota. Brodin reaches center ice, still with the puck, then fires it into the Oilers zone. Minnesota will change defenseman. Scrivens plays it up the boards. And the Oilers have it. Parise on the forecheck as Fane sends it ahead. Out of the reach of Hendricks. Icing waved off. Marco Scandella goes back to pick it up for Minnesota. Ducks under a Klinkhammer check. Granlund has it at center to Fontaine. Fontaine into the Edmonton zone. Put on the brakes along the boards and lost the puck. Klinkhammer starts it back for Edmonton. Fires it into the Wild zone. Hendricks back to Gordon, but it's out to center, and Fontaine carries it in to Parise and then to Granlund. Granlund couldn't get a shot away. It was tipped by Klefbom. Parise hammers one just wide. Granlund quickly on it. This line has looked sharp early for Minnesota. Fontaine to Parise, and then Klefbom plays it ahead. Klinkhammer carries to neutral ice. Hendricks along the boards for Edmonton. Bumped by Dumba. Centering pass intercepted by Fontaine. And Fontaine spins back the other way for Minnesota. Tried to drag one through the feet of Yakupov. Yakupov got enough of it to break it up. The Wild change, and the Oilers have it at center. Derek Roy back into his own zone, and now across to Klefbom. Klefbom up the boards, tipped into the Wild zone. Roy has it, centers, and Charlie Coyle sprawls to break it up.
Well, that's the job of a centerman, to be back in the zone as one of the forwards, the first forward even, and he was. Boy, did he get back quickly.
Yakupov has it poked away by Scandella. Auli holds the zone. Centering pass winds up along the far boards. Auli grabs it, sends it in low. It's out of the reach of Hamilton. Pouliot. And now Puckarinen walks out front. Dubnyk down, and Prosser sweeps one away. Scandella slow to his feet behind the play. Oilers have a chance. Vanek comes away with it for Minnesota. Scandella really limping as he heads to the bench for Minnesota.
Yeah, he couldn't even skate that off. It looked like he took a loop, and boy, tested it out, and he did not like what he felt as he finally got to the bench.
Pouliot dumps it into the Minnesota zone. His pass tipped away by Suter, and Niederreiter has it for the Wild at center to Pominville in stride. Pominville puts on the brakes, drops it back to Brodin. Brodin works his way down low, fires, and it's tipped by Niederreiter but wide. Ryan Suter holds for Minnesota. His shot over the top of the goal. Pominville at the point, keeps it in. Niederreiter in the corner, leaves it for Mikko Koivu. Koivu spins away from Ferentz. Back to Pominville and then around the boards. Brodin pinches to hold. Oilers come away with the puck and they come to center ice. Heavy hit at neutral thrown by Niederreiter. Puckarinen wobbled a bit as he heads back to the Oiler bench. Suter ahead to Koivu, who carries to center. Koivu fires one in. First man there's Parise. Knocked away from him by Fane. Oilers come through neutral. Dumba got a piece of it. Eberle works to the outside. Eberle protects the puck, tried to center. It's loose and Prosser sweeps it away. Fane holds his own for Edmonton. Good jump for the Oilers here for about the last 4 or 5 minutes. Granlund plays it up the boards, held by Eberle. Granlund now takes it away, and the Wild have a 3-on-2. Granlund with Fontaine and Parise. Fontaine trying to go across to Parise, and Nugent Hopkins got a stick on it.
The situation here in Edmonton is that the bench is not next to or close to or attached to the Wild locker room. So we're watching Scandella. He's still on the bench.
The Wild score. It was deflected in. Fontaine, who scored the other night, 3 points in his last 3 games, playing now with new line mates, and this line, which has been the best for the Wild early, has Minnesota in front.
Great tip, right up under the bar. Good work by Zach Parise. He beats his man on the wall and then draws another to him. And basically 2 guys on one that gives Folin a chance to just rifle one. Great hand-eye by that man who is raised not too far away from here. Bonnyville is a little northwest of Edmonton. So he's playing in his home province of Alberta, and he has goals in the 2 games so far.
Mike Yeo said he made the switch and put Fontaine on that line instead of Schrader because of Fontaine's presence along the wall. Fontaine has been a good fit seemingly everywhere for Mike Yeo, and he's starting to be rewarded with offense. This is 6th goal of the year, 4 points in his last 4 games, and Minnesota's up 1-0 here at Rexall Place, icing here against the Oilers. The bad news was right after Fontaine scored, Marco Scandella was helped off the ice and into the locker room.
As I was saying that they don't have the opportunity to just go back into the locker room. They have to wait for a whistle. And so that's why the whistle that actually occurred after the goal, and that gave Scandella a chance to leave the ice immediately. And that scrum you just saw was where Scandella got piled up in front of the net.
Dumba's in for Minnesota. Backhand shot steered aside by Scrivens. Coyle to the point for Brodin. To Schrader in the corner. Schrader takes a hit along the wall and lost the puck. Roy carries it back for Edmonton. Roy lost it to Brodin at the Minnesota line. His pass behind Vanek. Icing waved off, and the Oilers will have to play it. Nail Yakupov starts ahead. One of 3 first overall picks for the Oilers in the last 5 years. Yakupov dumps it in. Dubnyk plays it behind the net for Minnesota. Gives it to Koivu, who wraps it off the boards. But the deflection behind Pominville allows the Oilers to dump it right back in.
So Spurgeon went off under 1:30 in the Calgary game. Or after playing under 1:30.
Here's a chance back the other way. Dubnyk with a save on Roy's shot. Yakupov, watched by Suter in the corner. Tries to center. Hamilton was there, but Koivu intercepts and throws one off the glass all the way down into the Oilers zone.
And to finish my point, hopefully Marco Scandella's 4 minutes and 20 minutes played, or 4 minutes and 20 seconds played, isn't the last we see from him.
Wild on top 1-0 on a goal by Justin Fontaine here in Edmonton.
That Dumba career high minutes played last game, 18-20, and a lot of it, the successful part of it, certainly was the good stick. You see how he has it extended? Had very good gap control on line rushes by the Flames. That really limits their chances. And then, of course, using stick-on-puck mentality, does it all the way down, slowing up any progression by the Flames, and then help from the D partner, and then away he goes to turn that puck up. Another thing the Wild defensive coaches want is stick on ice. Right here he has it up in the air, but watch how quickly he gets it back down to the ice and takes that puck away. The Wild were able to transition and score a goal there. It was Fontaine's goal. Fontaine has another one here tonight, and Matt Dumba may be called upon to play again higher minutes as Scandella is not in the game anymore.
I mentioned earlier that Mike Yeo said he thought Dumba's game Wednesday in Calgary was his best as a pro. I asked Matt Dumba if he agreed with that, and he said, well, I hadn't really thought about it, but now that you mention it, yeah, it felt pretty good.
Well, I'm glad you convinced them.
Attention season ticket holders, earn bonus points through Wild Rewards. Enter the code VISOR under your My Profile page to receive 100 bonus points. Offer ends midnight tomorrow. I asked Dumba how he thought his game was progressing, and he said he feels more confident in his own zone. He said the offense has always been there for me, but in my own zone, you always hear about young guys having to adjust to the speed, and I think that was a reality for me.
He definitely has offensive ability, but even then you have to make the right choices. You have to jump at the right time, and he's making some of those choices. Of course, he had a goal, his third of the year, in Calgary on a good line rush where the Flames just let him have that whole lane, and he skated all the way up the ice and fired one home. So he's making better choices offensively and a better time in his own zone as well.
Oilers with it in the offensive zone. Clefbaum has his shot deflect, and Fontaine scoops it up for Minnesota. Fontaine fires it in from just outside the Edmonton line. Granlund pinned up against the wall, and Nugent-Hopkins has it there for Edmonton. Have not seen Marco Scandella since he limped off for Minnesota. We haven't seen Justin Schultz since he took a puck up high for Edmonton. Each team without one of their top four defensemen, at least for the time being.
And the old theory of get pucks behind the opposition defense, well, that's really going to come into play in this hockey game if neither one of them comes back, at least for a while, because we talk about fatigue, which will play a factor.
Vanek flips one in for Minnesota. Scrivens plays it behind the net. He's pressured there by Schrader. Vanek comes away with a puck off the wall. Yakupov trying to poke it out of the zone. Charlie Coyle had it caught in his skates for a moment. And now Hamilton's in for Edmonton. Forced to the outside by Folin. Folin takes it away in the corner. Flips it up in the air for Charlie Coyle. Coyle tied up by Roy. Tried to kick it to Hamilton. That's flipped to the wall by Suter. And Schrader hustles back for Minnesota. Cross ice for Vanek, who dumps it in. Schrader quickly in on the forecheck. Schrader pinned up against the boards by Ference. Vanek trying to support along the boards. Yakupov able to flip it out and all the way down. Dumba back for Minnesota. Oilers changing. So are the Wild. So Dumba plays across to Brodin. 5.5 to go in the first period. Justin Fontaine has Minnesota in front 1-0. Ference bumped by Koivu. Hendricks played it out to center. Dumba quickly turns it right back. Niederreiter dumps it in for the Wild.
Good heads-up play there by Dumba. That's got to be a quick up every time. And he got it up there. The Wild again push it deep into the zone.
Brodin chips it off the boards for Niederreiter. Koivu carries in. Koivu maintains the puck around Clefbaum. Fire, save Scrivens. Niederreiter scores! And the Wild have a 2-goal lead.
So much follow-up and support on that play. Mikko Koivu had options, and that's what you want. The man with the puck, am I going to pass it? Am I going to shoot it? He had Dumba busting down the right side, but he elected to shoot it, and that's where the support of Nino Niederreiter driving down the middle helped as well. Pominville also in on that play with an opportunity to get to it. So the Wild attack very nicely there. Get themselves up 2-0.
Niederreiter started this trip with 2 goals in Vancouver. His second multi-goal game of the year. He continues his recent goal surge. The Knights now gives him 4 goals in his last 7 games. Ollie with it for Edmonton, all the way down, icing waved off as Dubnyk has to play it. 2 goals on just 5 shots officially for Minnesota. Strong play by Koivu leads to the Niederreiter goal. Koivu now with 2 goals and 8 assists for 10 points in his last 9 games. Fraser pestered by Parisi. Makarinen not able to clear the zone. It's back in front of the Edmonton goal. Pouliot now carries it out. Pouliot dumps it in. Former first-round pick of the Minnesota Wild way back in 2005. Ryan Suter to Dumba. Dumba works through traffic. Got it to Granlund. Granlund fires it toward the net. And it's gloved and held by Scrivens. Nino Niederreiter extends the Minnesota lead. 2-zip Wild. 2-0 in favor of the Wild. Suter flips one here toward the net. Goals by Fontaine and Niederreiter so far for Minnesota. Koivu the only assist on the Niederreiter goal. His 19th of the season. Granlund plays it back to Suter and across to Brodin. Parisi trying to get it past Klefbom. Klinkhammer forces it into the corner. Parisi comes away with the puck for Minnesota and finds Fontaine at center. Suter joins the rush for Minnesota. Fontaine has his shot blocked. And then it's Hendricks back the other way for the Oilers. And Hendricks played in the state high school hockey tournament for Blaine. Also played in the state football tournament for the Bengals as a quarterback. In behind it's Eberle. Out to the point, Marincin. Long shot goes off the end wall. Eberle has it. Centers. Herschel lets it go by to the point. Granlund got a piece of it. It flutters wide to the Minnesota goal. Eberle tried to center. Spun around there by Brodin. And the Wild clear to center. Ference starts back in for the Oilers. Cuts to the middle. Knocked away by Granlund. Schrader has Vanek with him. Schrader's pass hit a skate. Vanek was uncovered on the weak side. Nugent-Hopkins back in for the Oilers. Plays it off the end boards. Herschel back to Nugent-Hopkins in the corner. Nugent-Hopkins out to the point. A long shot tipped by Eberle. It winds up in the corner. Eberle recovers it there for the Oilers. His pass taken away by Schrader, who comes to center. Schrader dumps it in for Minnesota. Wild changing. That allows Edmonton a chance for a clean exit. Ference plays it ahead through neutral ice. Hamilton bumped off the puck by Folin. Folin assisted on the Fontaine goal earlier tonight. Cross ice flip. Knocked down by Fane. Tipped away by Niederreiter, and the Wild are offside. Inside 2 minutes to go in the first. 2-0 Minnesota. Wild leading the Oilers 2-0. The last time Minnesota arrived here in Edmonton, their season on less than stable ground for certain. They were 12th in the West. 14 points behind Winnipeg for the top wild card, only 13 ahead of Edmonton. Now look at how different. They're within 5 points of the Jets for that top wild card spot. Edmonton way back in the rearview mirror, 21 points behind the Wild in the standings as play starts tonight.
Huge part of the conversation now, and the Wild know that they need to keep pressing. All those numbers have put them into the picture, but it doesn't guarantee them anything just now, and that's why these games are so crucial.
Little help for the Western Conference contenders tonight from the New Jersey Devils, who beat Vancouver tonight in New Jersey. Coming into play tonight, the 2 Pacific Division playoff teams, second and third place, and the top 3 wild card contenders, all separated by only 5 points. Roy into the Minnesota zone. Crisscrosses with Yakupov. Poked away by Brodin and then played out. Ollie back to pick it up as we enter the final minute of the first period here in Edmonton. Eberle races out for the Oilers, drops it back in his own zone, and Ollie has it. Ollie in the lineup tonight for Edmonton because one of their top defensemen, Jeff Petrie, was scratched. Petrie banged up in the Oilers' win over Boston earlier this week. Icing here against the Oilers, and the puck will come all the way down in the Edmonton zone. Christian Folin just back from Iowa and assisted on the first goal tonight for Minnesota. Large game reset. Fontaine with his second goal in as many games, 4 points in his last 4. Niederreiter with his 19th of the year. And Zach Parise, who had been held off the score sheet in consecutive games after piling up 12 points in the previous 13. Back on the list with an assist early here tonight. Suter to Fontaine. And a caught in the skates of Nugent Hopkins. Dumba's there to support. Carries in for Minnesota. Fires on goal. And it's held by Scrivens in the Edmonton goal. Matt Dumba already asked to step up here tonight. He was going to be the defensive partner of Marco Scandella, moving up from the third pair to the second pair. Now he's lost his partner, Scandella. Mike Yeo will have to lean on him a lot. Essentially his number 3 defenseman tonight with both Scandella and Spurgeon out, at least for the time being. Spurgeon not dressed tonight, and Scandella early to the locker room here in the first period. Klinkhammer fires. That goes wide. Hendricks trying to knife underneath a Suter check. Puck lines up in the corner. There's a loose stick as Marincin holds his own. And the horn sounds, ending a very good first period for the Wild on the road. Fontaine and Niederreiter score for Minnesota. It's 2-0 for the Wild. Our CenturyLink link to what's next. Find out how you can try hockey for free. But up next, Mike Greenlay will chat with goal scorer Nino Niederreiter. Wild 2, Oilers 0 after 1 in Edmonton.
Be sure to pick up.
Wild on top of the Oilers, 2-0 here in Edmonton. First period goals by Justin Fontaine and Nino Niederreiter, but no Marco Scandella on the bench. And at least for now, it appears that for the second time on this trip, the Wild will be forced to rotate 5 defensemen throughout the night.
Not something you want to get good at, but they had done it 2 games ago with success. Spurgeon out, as we mentioned, because of an injury in Calgary, and now Scandella, his defense partner, his usual defense partner, goes out in this one.
The added challenge that both happened so early in the game. Spurgeon on his second shift in Calgary the other night. Scandella only played 3 shifts tonight. Ryan Suter back behind his net. Pominville deflects it out to neutral ice. Klefbom back for Edmonton. Wild in familiar territory. They've been playing from in front throughout this surge since the All-Star break. Tonight, their 12th game since the break. They've scored first in 11 of the 12. Fontaine to Granlund. Parise tried to pass to himself off the boards. Eberle plays it down the other way for the Oilers. Prosser there for Minnesota, then Dumba to Parise, who relays it out. Klefbom goes back to pick it up with Fontaine in pursuit. Granlund swoops in, joins the fight, kicks it to Fontaine, out to the point for Dumba. Dumba across to Folin. Folin winds and fires, and it's off the glass. Deflects all the way back out to neutral ice. Christian Folin carries ahead for Minnesota. Got it to Vanek. Vanek tried to center, and it's just out of the reach of Charlie Coyle. Suter now has it for Minnesota in his own zone. Played it to the line, not out. A backhand shot knocked down by Dubnyk, and the loose puck poked out by Schrader. Vanek trying to fight for a loose puck at center. It's turned back by Ollie. Oilers control. Pakarinen out to the point for Ollie. In behind the Minnesota goal, Yakupov, watched by Charlie Coyle. Yakupov drops it back for Ollie. He's bumped by Coyle. Folin plays safely to Suter behind the net. Suter's pass fails to click with Schrader. Schultz, who's back on the ice for Edmonton, has his shot go off the end glass and covered by Dubnyk. And speaking of defenseman back, Marco Scandella jumps back on the ice for Minnesota and heads to the bench.
So both teams getting some good news for their blue lines. It's interesting, this building, I think San Jose off the top of my head, 2 buildings where the locker room's not connected to the bench. And so Scandella had to stand back there and watch a good couple minutes of shifts before there was a whistle. And finally was able to get back out onto the ice.
So both teams now with their full complement of 6 defensemen. Bayou to Brodin. Brodin's pass intended for Haula. Klefbom has it there for Edmonton. Slides it back into his own zone. Schultz ahead off the skate of Eberle. Eberle plays it back in his own end. Klefbom across to Schultz. The former Badger whips one cross ice. Eberle relays it into the Minnesota zone. Dubnyk gloves and drops. And Bayou has it for Minnesota. Floats one out for Brodziak. Marincin back to pick it up for the Oilers. Fane back to Marincin. And Marincin will set up behind his net. Edmonton completing a change. Niederreiter applying pressure for Minnesota. Fane sent it ahead. And Scandella back to pick it up for Minnesota. First shift since the first period for Scandella. Since early in the first period. And here the Wild are whistled offside.
Well, we'll see where his comfort level is as this game goes along. He's obviously a guy that's going to battle.
Plays as hard as any player on this roster. Mike Yeo refers to him as a max effort defenseman.
And he's sinewy too. He's not a bulky guy, but boy, is he ever strong. He uses that strength very well in leverage situations in his own end.
Niederreiter goes back for Minnesota. Around behind where Koivu catches up with the puck, plays it off the boards and out to center. Niederreiter had it taken away by Klinkhammer, and it's dropped back into the Edmonton zone. Ference, long pass off target, and icing waved off as again it deflects on goal. Dubnyk has to leave it for Scandella. Around behind for Folin, and now picked up by Koivu. Scandella ridden out in the corner. Parise to Folin. Folin comes to center and fires it in. Parise to Fontaine. Fontaine spins in the corner looking for Granlund. Trade spots with Suter, who plays it down low. Granlund pokes it to keep it alive. Parise still with the puck. Tremendous battle by Parise. Got it to Granlund, who tried to center. It was deflected by Scrivens, and it's a 3-on-3 the other way. Purcell into the Minnesota zone. Nugent-Hopkins has a shot go wide. Schultz holds, and a pad save by Dubnyk. It's kicked all the way back out into Edmonton territory. Wild complete a forward change. Klefbom to Eberle. Eberle with speed through neutral ice. And they're offside after his pass was deflected by Charlie Coyle. Sunday, the best drivers in the world will push themselves and their cars to the limits in the 56th running of the Great American Race. Be there as NASCAR drops the flag on another season and catch the Legends' last ride as Jeff Gordon begins his final year behind the wheel. The Daytona 500 Sunday at 11 Central on Fox, and streaming live on Fox Sports Go. Dubnyk behind the net for Minnesota. Yakupov had it in his skates. Scandella comes away with it. Flipped it out to neutral. Knocked down there by Fane. Fane sent it in for Roy, but that's poked away, and Dumba has it for Minnesota. Schrader flips it into Edmonton territory as he was dumped at neutral ice. Fane spins back for Edmonton. At the Minnesota line, he sent Yakupov in offside.
Nail Yakupov. After last year, he had an injury-limited 63 games and 11 goals. The Oilers wanted a bounce-back year for him. They hadn't been getting it, but he's been a lot better lately. 4 goals and 7 points in the last 6 games. It's the first point streak of that length since the first 10 games of his career back in 2012-13. So he's starting to find a bit of that magic that McTavish and everyone knew that he had.
Yakupov with those 4 goals in the last 6 games. For perspective, he had only 5 in his first 53 this year.
I think some of the secret is he's shooting the puck now. He just established a career high of 124. His previous was 122 over the course of the season. So he's on pace to really blow that up and shoot the puck more with a guy like that, and he's going to score more goals.
Been paired with Derek Roy since Roy was acquired from Nashville. Oilers love the matchup and the chemistry those two have developed. Schultz tried to play it behind the net for Hendricks. The Wild clear, nobody at the point for the Oilers. Puck all the way back down. Icing waved off. Klefbom has to play it.
Question is now everyone's asking if Roy's going to be a part of this team for a longer period of time because of some of that chemistry.
Prosser finds Brodziak at neutral ice. Brodziak trying to work around a Marincin check. Marincin has his stick up under his arm. Haula has it for Minnesota to Folin. Across to Prosser. Prosser fires. It got through. And Scrivens with a pad save. Haula and Veilleux battle along the wall for Minnesota. Prosser tried to go back to Brodziak. It was out of his reach. And the Oilers clear. It was tipped by Prosser, so icing is negated. And Folin goes back for Minnesota. Folin's long pass tipped in by Parise. Parise got a stick on it but couldn't maintain control. Purcell finds Eberle at center. Eberle drops it to Nugent Hopkins. Ollie was supporting the play from the blue line. He plays to the corner. Dumba escapes a check. Walks off the boards with the puck for Minnesota. Dumba comes to center. Backhand pass to Fontaine. Parise breaking for the net. Fontaine's pass hit a stick. This line with 1 goal tonight, and they've come very close to a couple of others. Here the puck's out of play. Wild still in front 2-0.
Section 212 with Emmy. Emmy, it's your lucky day because it's...
Well, the Canucks last night stole a couple in New York against the Rangers, scored with 90 seconds left and wound up winning in a shootout. You see the standings. And even though the Canucks and the Flames are listed over in the Pacific Division, they may as well be included in the same race. There will be 2 spots there and 2 wild card spots, 4 total. And those teams incredibly tight. Flames are leading the Ducks tonight in Calgary 1-0, second period. Kings, Sharks, Canucks, Flames.
The Sharks have been plummeting until they came up with a big win last night as well.
Vanek tried to get it to Schrader. Suter out of Brodin. Schrader goes across for Ryan Suter. Suter looks. His centering pass deflects. Schrader hustles over to hold the zone for Minnesota. Schrader to Coyle. Back to Schrader. Schrader fires. Saved by Scrivens. Has a chance for this line tonight.
Great shift by Schrader there. He helped create a lot of his own offense by hustling and using his body to block away the defender. What a great job to get a good chance at the end of that play.
Purcell carries to center for Edmonton. Into the Minnesota zone. His shot goes wide. Hamanville catches up with it. He's got a chance to spring Niederreiter. Niederreiter in for the Wild, but Nugent Hopkins ducks underneath him and comes away with the puck. Koivu pokes it out front of the net. Nobody there for Minnesota. Niederreiter heads off as the Oilers gain possession. Parise in for the Wild. Fires from the circle that's just wide. Folin holds for Minnesota. Goes to Granlund. Granlund tried to sneak one through for Parise. That hit a skate. Granlund has it back. Gives to Fontaine. Back to Granlund. Granlund fires. Save. Rebound. And Fontaine is robbed by Scrivens.
Oh my goodness. That was otherworldly. Oh boy. Yeah, he needed to have that. Watch the hustle here by Schrader. He makes a play. It's a give and go. He goes to the net. Great blocker save there by Scrivens. And then watch this glove save. It is just off the hook. Fontaine should have another notch on his hockey stick. He has 1 goal in this game, and he gets robbed there by Scrivens.
Scandella plays it ahead through neutral ice. Parise was tied up. Icing waved off as Granlund hustles in on Marincin. Gordon there for Edmonton. Off the boards to the Minnesota line. Knocked away. Brodziak ahead. It was too far for Parise. Hendricks has it knocked away at center. Dumba got a stick on it. Granlund along the boards. And the puck winds up at center. Scandella runs Klinkhammer down. Fane plays it ahead. Klinkhammer relays it into the Minnesota zone. Past the halfway point of the second period. Wild in front 2-0. Brodziak absorbs a hit at the Minnesota line. Klinkhammer has it there for the Oilers. Ference around behind the net. Ollie trying to gain control for the Oilers. His clearing attempt knocked down by Brodziak. Brodziak, another Alberta native. Grew up about 45 minutes east of here. Brodin sets up behind the net. Jonas Brodin credited with an assist on the Niederreiter goal. It's his third consecutive game with an assist for the first time in his career. This puck deflects out of play and will bring a whistle. Wild in front, 2-0 at Rexall Place. Wild 2, Oilers 0 in Edmonton. Back in St. Paul, the Girls State High School Hockey Tournament in its final 4 in each class. It'll be 1 against 2 in A as Thief River Falls advanced. Brianna Jordy with a goal and an assist late. Laura Anderson scored a power play goal with 4:12 left for Hill Murray. The second-seeded Pioneers defeated the third-seeded Hornets. The other semifinal after 1 has Minnetonka leading Lakeville South. Scrivens with a save here. The rebound bounces to the boards, cleared out. Suter goes back to pick it up for Minnesota. Ryan Suter ahead to Thomas Vanek. He deflects it. Scrivens out to play it for the Oilers. Played it around behind his net. Edmonton fortunate to gain control of that puck. Brodin for Schrader. Just too far. Vanek grabs a loose puck. Vanek fires. Saved by Scrivens. Schrader has it. Plays it in down low. Charlie Coyles, first man on it along the boards. To Vanek behind the net. He lets it go by for Schrader. Out to the point, Brodin. Trying to sidestep a man. His pass for Schrader. Just out of his reach. Schrader hustles back to play it for Minnesota. Vanek spins away from Yakupov. Plays it behind the net for Folan. And Folan carries out for Minnesota. Schultz intercepts to the Minnesota line. Yakupov hustling in, but Folan gets there first. Brodin for Vanek. Vanek's pass just fails to click with Pominville, but he recovers all the way across to Folan, who drives it in, and Scrivens will hang on. Face-off coming in the Edmonton zone. Great chance for Thomas Vanek.
Well, Vanek, when it becomes an offensive opportunity right here, you can see his eyes light up. Just picks the pocket right there to the defender who just didn't see him coming in. Vanek is putting up some points lately. Been very good, especially since the All-Star break.
Vanek's been on a surge for Minnesota. 5 points in his last 4 games. Fane holds his own for Edmonton. Knocked down by Scandella. No hand pass as Gordon's the next man to touch it. Hendricks drops back to the point. Marincin with a shot. That goes wide. Fane holds for Edmonton. Niederreiter first on it in the corner. Koivu flips it high in the air out to center. Pominville waits for it to come down. He has it. Scandella breaking for the net. Pominville drops to Dumba. He fires wide. And the rebound controlled by Marincin.
He scored in that same area against Calgary, although Hiller is a southpaw, so it was a blocker. He missed the net on this one. He was looking the same side. This time it would have been high glove.
Granlund pokes the puck out to center. Tries to work around a Klefbom check. Scandella has it for the Wild and dumps it in. Klefbom sets up behind the net. He's watched by Parise. Scrivens trying to provide a little interference there. Purcell for Eberle. Eberle's cross ice pass finds Schultz. Nugent Hopkins breaks for the net. Purcell drags it around Parise, but then flipped it wide. And Granlund has it for Minnesota. Minnesota with numbers at center. Granlund hits the line. Tried to go to Parise, and it's taken away by Klefbom. Granlund got a stick on it as Purcell tried to carry out of the zone. Brodin steps up for Minnesota. Brodziak grabs the loose puck. Brodziak fires, saved by Scrivens. Haula in the corner. Pouliot had it for a moment. Brodin had broken for the middle. He'll have to now come back to retrieve the puck for Minnesota. Plays it safely out to center. Brodziak for Haula. Haula into the Edmonton zone. His shot blocked. Haula has it back. A pad save Scrivens. Haula again on the rebound. And Scrivens stopped him. Great hustle by Haula on that loose puck. Nate Prosser has it for Minnesota. Winds and fires. Saved by Scrivens. Puck still loose. Scrivens can't find it. It's under Ference. And finally, it's cleared out by Pouliot. Played with a high stick. And we'll get a whistle and a face-off in the Wild zone. Great chances for Minnesota. Wild leading 2-0.
It's time to infuse a little love into this evening's.
Wild 2, Oilers 0. Late second period in Edmonton. Hockey weekend across America celebrated starting tonight. About a quarter of the NHL's overall player pool is American-born. That's up significantly over the last decade. Take a look at the way Americans have ramped up their scoring. Last season, up to 22% of the NHL's goals and assists. This year, the Wild have a couple of America's top guns. Zach Parise, fourth among U.S.-born skaters with 23 goals. Jason Zucker, 12th. Nino Niederreiter here in for Minnesota. Works to the middle and fires just wide. Yakupov there for Edmonton. And Yakupov races back for the Oilers. Poland behind his net. Plays it off the boards for Niederreiter. He got just enough of it to get it to Koivu. Koivu across to Scandella, but the pass was in his skates. Pominville with an interception. Niederreiter back to Koivu. And Koivu fires it in. Pominville tried to get it to Koivu. And it's intercepted by Roy, who plays to center.
Thought Niederreiter had a lane there, but he decided to go back. Maybe he felt that being flat-footed right there, picking the puck up, he couldn't outleg the defender.
Koivu works his way into the Edmonton zone, gives to Vanek. Vanek, weak side, they score! Schrader on the deflection. Beautiful feed from Vanek. And it's 3-0 Minnesota.
Well, Schrader's been hustling. There's no question about that in this game. He has been finding those holes, and here, with his speed, he opens up a lane, and it gives Vanek, who, well, he can find guys almost anywhere, it seems, but is able to just fire one across. And that tap in right there by Schrader gets the Wild up 3-0. A well-executed play. Edmonton had players back. But the old question, do you have the guy or do you have the guy? And, well, nobody had Schrader with his speed. He was able to tap that home.
3 goals in the last 7 games now for Schrader. Minnesota, with the injury to Jason Zucker, was looking for forwards to jump into top 6 roles. 2 of the first names mentioned were Fontaine and Schrader. And boy, have they responded in a big way to the opportunity created by injury here since the All-Star break for Minnesota.
Well, you want your depth to shine, and that's starting to come around. For Schrader, this is a great opportunity, and he knows it. To get back and be a consistent contributor in the National Hockey League.
Klefbom fires, saved by Dubnyk.
And for Fontaine, it's to respond to a good year last year and make sure that people don't think that it was an anomaly.
Schrader flips it in the air, trying to get it to Vanek. Vanek would have been offside, so he has to come back outside the blue line. Parise can't catch up with a loose puck. Schultz had it. Now Parise takes it away. All the way across for Granlund. Granlund looking for Fontaine. Instead, he finds Parise a shot. And that goes just wide. Boy, the Wild had chances in this period.
Well, they had 8 shots in the first period. Were able to muster 2 goals out of that. Scrivens actually has played better in this period. Made some very big saves, but that's because the Wild's quality of shots have gone up.
Shots in this period, 12-4 in favor of Minnesota. Chances a half dozen to 0. Fontaine carries into the Edmonton zone. Marincin chased by Parise. Granlund got a piece of a clearing attempt, and it winds up back in the Oilers zone. Marincin has it there for Edmonton. Poland settles it down, goes to Veilleux. Veilleux dumps to the corner. Battles there with Fane along the end wall. Pouliot comes away with it for the Oilers. Howley got a piece of the puck off Marincin stick. Brodziak's in. He fires. Saved by Scrivens. And we'll get a whistle and a face-off. Talking about hockey weekend across the United States. Here are the most goals scored by U.S.-born players just over the last 10 years. Nobody more than Minnesota's Zach Parise. Definite Minnesota feel around the National Hockey League. I mentioned earlier the top goal scorers this year that were born in Minnesota. Nick Bjugstad on that list. David Backes on that list. Anders Lee. All former Minnesota high school players.
Now the influx of not just players, but highly skilled players has been very evident over the last decade, as we talked about.
Haula lost the puck here, and it's a 3-on-2 for Edmonton. Roy across for Yakupov, and Haula caught up with the play. His speed has been noticeable tonight, and this time it was on a back check.
Well, it's been noticeable in the offensive zone with puck pursuit and jumping on plays, and right there, a good back check takes away an opportunity by Edmonton. And he's another guy that can elevate his game. We've seen the level that he can play at.
Look at where he is in this replay and how far he comes to catch up with this pass.
Oh, that's his, and a lot of it is getting back in to good positioning. He wasn't necessarily pushing hard, but he was positioned well with the stick in the way, and he took away that opportunity with that back check.
Poland to Prosser. Off the boards and all the way down. Icing's waved off. Scrivens has to play it, and Minnesota gets a much-needed change. Just over a minute left, second period. Eberle flips it in for Edmonton. Suter goes to the corner for Minnesota. Koivu to Brodin, and Brodin will carry it to center ice. Jonas Brodin looking more and more confident with the puck every night. Circles the net, still with it, tied up by Schultz. Got it to Niederreiter. Niederreiter to Brodin. Gives it to Koivu. And over for Suter. Suter up the boards for Koivu. Koivu wanted to go to Niederreiter. Instead gives to Pominville. Pominville to Niederreiter. Into the corner, Suter. Suter takes a look. Back pedals to the middle. Winds, fires, saved by Scrivens. And the loose puck carried out by Schultz. Eberle plays it over for Purcell. Tried to go back to Eberle, who was breaking toward the net. Eberle has it in the corner. His pass finds Gordon. Back to Eberle. Eberle out to the point. Klefbom across for Fane. Fane sends it in deep. Oilers changing. Purcell lost the puck to Koivu. Gordon fell. Oilers maintain the zone. A long shot knocked down by Dubnyk. Rebound cleared off the end glass. Final seconds of the period. Marincin holds, but the middle 20 comes to an end. Dominated by the Wild. Dubnyk stopped all 10 shots that he's faced, but the Wild firing away at Scrivens at the other end. Our window concepts game reset. Schrader with a goal. Koivu with a couple of helpers. He continues his scoring surge. Thomas Vanek assisted on the Schrader tally. The only goal of the second period. And the Wild lead the Oilers 3-0 after 2. Coming up in our second intermission, we'll head back to the studio. Wes Walls with an analysis of the Wild shooting tendencies. Mike Greenlay with Kyle Brodziak next. Top 3-0 at Rexall Place in Edmonton. Our Bud Light What's on Tap shows you that Minnesota will see this team again in just a couple of nights. Dallas Sunday night and then Edmonton in St. Paul on Tuesday. Nashville, Colorado on the road coming up later next week.
Plenty of competition left in this one. We talked about the Wild and games in hand on San Jose and, of course, the Winnipeg Jets. They won't come within one of those two teams until the middle of March. They'll kind of even up, or at least get close to that, but really don't even up until April, at least on San Jose. So get close enough. The Wild have trailed in games played all season long, so they're kind of used to being in that situation. You need to keep throwing W's on the board, and then it'll become inconsequential anyway.
Icing here against Minnesota. Starting play here in Edmonton tonight. The Wild played 57 games. Vancouver has already completed tonight, so they now stand at 58. So does Calgary. Winnipeg and San Jose have each played 60. Those 5 teams, the most likely contenders for the playoff spots in the West. Throw LA into that mix, and you'll probably have 4 of those 6 reaching the postseason. Niederreiter drops to Granlund. They crisscross along the boards, and Granlund's pass deflected all the way down by Purcell.
I like some of the work physically by the Wild in this one.
Yakupov with a shot, and Dubnyk robs Roy on the rebound.
Well, Dubnyk hasn't seen a lot of action in this game. 12 shots, but when he's called upon, he's able to get it done. This is just a little bit of an errant clear. Maybe just a little miscommunication there. Dubnyk normally just defers to his defenders. I think he was trying to pitch that up the wall, thinking maybe one of the wingers would be able to get in on it. And instead, it went right by Scandella, but great recovery there.
Fontaine flips it into the Edmonton zone. Klefbom back to pick it up. Everly taps to Nugent Hopkins. He just does escape a Parise poke check. And they're offside at the Minnesota line, where the Oilers have been whistled offside an awful lot tonight.
They've had to make some line adjustments as well. Pouliot being one of them, stepping into a different line situation and playing center. So it's constant movement for them as well.
Hendricks to draw against Coyle. Coyle pulls it back, and the Wild have possession. Poland sends it ahead through neutral ice. Hendricks back to pick it up for Edmonton. Marincin has it behind the net for the Oilers. Cross ice pass fired back in by Schrader. Fane got it up the boards. Arena relays it into the Minnesota zone. Folan's back to play it for the Wild. It gets by Ollie and comes all the way back into the Edmonton zone. Fane starts back the other way for the Oilers. Granlund forces a turnover at center. Got one through to Parise. Drops to Granlund. Granlund to Brodin. Fires, and a glove save by Scrivens. Join the Fox Sports North girls at the Timberwolves viewing party Monday at 6:30 at Jimmy's Food and Drink in Madness Heights. Be on TV. Watch the game on one of the 20 TVs. Enjoy food and drink specials. Register to win hometown team tickets and more. Visit foxsportsnorth.com. Click on upcoming events on the Hot Topics bar for details. Brodin shot deflected by Fontaine and wide. Parise out to the point for Suter. Back down low, Fontaine in the corner. Leaves it for Parise behind the net. Parise trying to escape Ollie to Fontaine, then Granlund shoved one just wide. Fontaine back to Parise. To the point for Brodin. His long shot deflects off the end wall. Granlund quickly there. Fontaine tried to get it to Parise, who was open in the circle. Parise gives to Granlund. Granlund tried to work his way around Gordon. Parise's there to support. Long shift in the offensive zone for Minnesota. Fontaine heads off on a change. Wild still maintain the offensive zone until the Oilers finally play it back down, and Suter goes back to pick it up for Minnesota. Veilleux tips it in. Roy for Yakupov at center. He dumps it into the Minnesota zone, and Scandella's back to play it. Dumba starts it back for Minnesota. Flips it ahead at center. Brodziak picks up a loose puck. Plays it back to Scandella. And across to Dumba. Young Matt's pass. Too far for Scandella. Scandella fires. Loose puck. Controlled by Purcell. Roy carries to center. Into the Minnesota zone. Dumba goes back to play it. Four-player scrum there. Niederreiter has Yakupov pinned face first against the glass. Dumba's pass. Got it to Pominville. Koivu trying to poke it across. Niederreiter was breaking through neutral ice.
Great work there by Dumba. Had Roy on the wrong side of him, but he able to regain body position and then chip that puck out.
Niederreiter tips it in.
Showing so much more strength and poise. Even if he gets beat briefly, he regains his composure very quickly.
Good at the line. Everly lost the puck. Koivu goes down, and Everly has it on the backhand, and it just rolls off of his stick. Pouliot plays it out to the point for Schultz. Across to Klefbom. Nugent Hopkins tried to center. Koivu got a skate on that. Brodin comes up with it for Minnesota. Pominville knocks the stick out of Klefbom's hands, and we get a whistle at neutral ice.
Well, Brodin, he's been adding a little more offense lately, or at least getting the opportunities. I'm talking to Rick Wilson at the beginning of this road trip, and Wilson said, you know what? Kind of took a little bit of his confidence away when he wasn't, and a little bit of the feel of the offensive part of the game when he kind of stepped off that second power play unit. And so he's had to kind of work his way 5-on-5 and trying to find where his offense can be. And it's about touching the puck. It's about moving the puck. When you're on that power play, you get a lot of touches, obviously, because you're helping move that puck with a man advantage. And so he's adjusted pretty well, and he's had a few good shots in this game. And as you mentioned, he's putting up some points now, so he seems to be regaining that.
All year he's been solid in the plus-minus department. Leads the Wild, plus 14 coming into tonight's game. Schrader fires, saved by Scrivens. The rebound trickled through him, and Scrivens fortunate to get a whistle as this puck was in behind him, but just dribbled off the post.
Now, if it dribbles on the other side of the post, we're talking about a 4-0 lead, but this one just drops down out of the equipment. Good high shot there on the blocker, and it catches the pad as it drops down onto the ice. Couldn't get that reach. Charlie Coyle scored a goal from behind the net last time they were here. It was a game winner. He was behind the net there looking again.
Klinkhammer in for Edmonton. Coyle and Niederreiter scored that night for Minnesota in a 2-1 Wild win. Fontaine dumps it in. This is the second of the three meetings, the third in St. Paul on Tuesday. Marincin plays it ahead for Klinkhammer. Dumps it into the Wild zone. Brodin back to pick it up for Minnesota. Sets up behind the net. Fontaine now with it. Suter fights his way to center and dumps it in for the Wild. Oilers start back. Purcell has it in his own zone. Wild have done a good job making sure that most of this third period's played in the Oilers zone. Yakupov spins away from one man, then another.
Well, other than a little bit of a stretch there in the first period, the Wild really have kept Edmonton at bay. Not allowed them to really cycle or work the puck. We talked about the fact that it's been a very disciplined game, too.
Loose out front. A turnover gives him a chance, but Purcell fired it wide. Pominville to the line, not out. Schultz holds. Schultz into the corner. Puck still loose, and finally the Wild clear to center. Best chances of the period for the Oilers right there. Roy tried to get it to Yakupov, but it's cleared back, and Marincin has to retreat for the Oilers. Fane for Nugent-Hopkins. Into the Minnesota zone. Prosser knocks it down and then bats it out to center. Fane fires it in. A heavy collision between Prosser and Eberle.
Yeah, Prosser swatted the puck, and I think Eberle came in there, and Prosser ended up being the one who won that little battle.
Good to see Prosser on the giving end of one of those hits rather than the receiving end, as he's been so often lately.
I talked to some of the Wild coaches about that. They said that's just the way he plays.
Ference gives to Eberle. Back across to Ference. Wines, fires, pad save, Dubnyk. Long rebound controlled by Ollie to Eberle in the corner. Eberle tied up by Folin, got it to Nugent-Hopkins. His shot goes off the end glass. Ference holds his own. Back into the corner, Pouliot. Penalty coming against Prosser. He took Eberle down. Hendricks plays to the boards. A centering pass is intercepted, and the penalty against Prosser will put Edmonton on the game's first power play when we return. Our Toyota get caught up. Minnesota scores first. Justin Fontaine on the tip. His 6th of the year, 2nd in as many games. Then Nino Niederreiter on the rebound of a Mikko Koivu shot. Made it 2-0 Minnesota. Vanek to Schrader. And it was 3-zip Wild. That's where we stand. Devan Dubnyk has stopped all 15 shots he's faced. Just had to make a couple of the more difficult stops in the last couple of moments. And Nate Prosser goes for tripping, first penalty of the game. And it puts Edmonton on the power play with a chance to climb back in the game.
Well, Devan Dubnyk will be tested here. Better power play lately for the Oilers, although the Wild have shown that they can kill with the best of them.
Wild have killed 29 in a row. Oiler power play a bit better lately. Pouliot dumps it in for Edmonton. Pouliot, Nugent-Hopkins, Eberle, Purcell, and Schultz. The power play attackers for Edmonton. Schultz unable to hold. Wild get a very important clear. Now it's Haula and Veilleux up front for Minnesota with Scandella and Dumba on the back end.
Power play for Edmonton, when you look back at the last few goals, it's been more about puck pursuit, puck support, and quick pass-shoot combinations. That's what's gotten it done for them.
Schultz to Nugent-Hopkins, back to Schultz. His shot blocked and then cleared by Dumba.
Yeah, that's smart, boy. You can see that Erik Haula really got stung on that one, but he makes it to the bench.
Past the halfway point of the Oiler power play. And Fontaine with a clear. Three clears already for Minnesota in the first minute 15 of this Edmonton power play. Oilers gain the zone. Dubnyk to play it. Yakupov got a piece of it in the corner, but now it's Brodin for Minnesota. Klefbom just does hold. Centers knocked out of the air. But then Brodin drives one to the far point. Roy holds. Yakupov to Klefbom, but it's off target and out to center ice. Wild will change again. And we even see Nino Niederreiter on the penalty kill. Niederreiter and Haula the forwards now. Scandella takes it away. Niederreiter carries to center. 2-on-2 with Haula. Wilder at full strength. Niederreiter fires off the glass. Oilers start back with Ryan Hamilton. Dubnyk taps it calmly to Scandella. Another kill for the Wild. 30 in a row for Minnesota. Pominville Cut off by Marincin. Out to the point, Dumba. His shot tipped by Niederreiter. And a save by Scrivens. Hendricks through neutral ice. Wild clear, and the puck sails the length of the ice. It'll be icing against Minnesota.
Well, great pursuit by the Wild. That's why they were able to have good clears. And another penalty killed.
Stadium Series outdoor game coming to the state of hockey next season when the Wild host the Blackhawks at TCF Bank Stadium February 2016. Your best shot at tickets to the outdoor game is to purchase season tickets for next season. Call 651-222-WILD or visit tickets.wild.com for details. This year's Stadium Series game this weekend between the Kings and Sharks. Game that'll have the interest of Wild fans, not just for outdoor hockey, but a very important game in the Western Conference playoff race. Most important game on the docket tonight, Calgary-Anaheim. Flames leading 2-1 early third period. Another team on the outside looking in that maybe is being overlooked too soon, the Colorado Avalanche. 4-1 win at Chicago tonight.
Well, that after being tied after 2 periods, 1-1. Very good third period.
Scored 3 goals in 2.5 minutes. Power play goals 24 seconds apart to break the tie. 3-0 Wild here late in the third.
We're very proud, very excited to be partnering up with Kids.
Wild up 3-0 in Edmonton. Mentioned earlier, the Canucks were beaten tonight. Here's a look at the standings as they stand right now. Calgary, as I mentioned, leading Anaheim at 68 points. The Sharks right now are in the second wild card spot. Minnesota right on their heels, just a couple of points back. Going to be such an exciting race. 4 teams in the Pacific Division battling for the 2, 3, and then the potential wild card spots. The way the Ducks are going, they might not be safe in the top spot. Fontaine in for Minnesota. To Granlund, but it was deflected away. Roy into the Minnesota zone. Yakupov has his shot deflect up and out of play. It's interesting, so much talk about the young talent this Oilers club has. The #1 overall picks, Nugent Hopkins, Yakupov, and Hall. Hall not in the lineup tonight. And a lot of people look at them as failed #1s, but in reality, if you look at the other players picked in those drafts, Hall, the #1 pick in 2010, only Tyler Seguin has more points. He was picked #2. Nugent Hopkins in 2011, only Landeskog more points. He was picked #2. Yakupov in 2012, only Galchenyuk in Montreal has more points. He was picked #3. So it's not like they've whiffed on those choices.
No, not at all. We were talking to Craig McTavish, the general manager of the Oilers, this morning, and the conversation was all about young players, and of course players that the Wild have that are young and starting to bud and look good, like the Charlie Coyles, the Niederreiters, the Granlunds, players like that. They need time to develop, and it's interesting when I talked to Rick Wilson the other day about Matt Dumba. I said, what does he remind you of, and what does he need to do? And he says, you know what he reminds me of? And he really baited me on this one because I was really interested. And he said, he reminds me of a young player. But his humor aside, he's right. These guys are young, and they need time to develop. They need time to figure their games out. Dumba, for example, 34th game in his career. Guys take a little bit longer than half a season to develop into very strong players.
Koivu to Pominville. Pominville fires just wide. Long rebound picked up by Klinkhammer, but poked away by Prosser. Gordon dumps it in. Klinkhammer and Niederreiter still tangled up at center ice.
A little Greco-Roman wrestling there at center ice.
Poland has his entry deflected, and that forces Veilleux in offside. Our Jimmy John's delivery of the game.
Oh, this save you'll remember for a long time. I know that Fontaine will. Bats it out of the air, and the old Statue of Liberty got him there. What a save by Scrivens.
Makarinen dumps it into the Minnesota zone. Folin back to play it. Brodziak deflects it out, and Fane back to regroup for the Oilers. Behind his net for Hendricks. Hamilton comes to center ice. Makarinen into the corner. Bumped there by Prosser. He sidesteps a Hendricks hit, or at least most of it. Purcell back to play it. And Ollie will slide it back into his own zone. Brodziak takes it away at center. Played it across, trying to get it to Granlund. Tipped away at neutral ice, and Ferentz is back to pick it up for Edmonton. Pressured by Parise. Granlund comes away with it. Brodin ahead to Fontaine, who tips it out to neutral ice. Roy for Purcell at center ice. Roy into the Minnesota zone. Got it to Purcell out front. He was tied up by Suter on the play. Yakupov trying to escape Granlund. Yakupov still with the puck as he circles high in the zone. Brodin tied up by Roy. Brodin then flips one out, and it does escape the zone. Marincin back to pick it up after Parise was tangled up with Fane exiting his zone. 5 minutes left here in Edmonton. Nugent-Hopkins to Pouliot. Knocked out of the air by Niederreiter. Then Eberle tips it into the Minnesota zone. Pouliot and Scandella jousting there. Koivu for Minnesota. Up the wall, held by Klefbom. Pominville trying to push it past him. Oilers are back in with Nugent-Hopkins. Dubnyk will set it up behind the net, gives to Dumba. Koivu shovels one off the boards for Pominville. His pass too far for Niederreiter. Niederreiter able to poke it into the Edmonton zone. Luxury of this 3-goal lead. Mike Yeo just rolling 4 lines here throughout this third period.
Yeah, you know what? At this time of the year, try and save the legs as much as you can, because over the course of time, even though the Wild aren't on a back-to-back situation, you know, you play a lot of games in a short period of time, and might as well use everybody right now.
A couple of very important games coming up. Home against Dallas on Sunday. These Oilers Tuesday before the Wild go to Nashville and face one of the hottest teams in hockey. Fraser's shot deflects off of a stick. And they should get a desperate Avalanche team in Colorado next weekend. Dubnyk covers. We get a whistle. We'll have a preview of what's coming up on Wild Live next.
I'm Kevin Gorgan, our Mall of America studio. Stay with us after the game for Wild Live, presented by CenturyLink. Wes Walz will show you how the Wild have been shooting with a purpose. Devan Dubnyk, once again, leading the charge. And we'll hear from the head coach, Mike Yeo. Gentlemen, the Wild have turned Rexall Place into a library.
Well, the crowd's roaring now.
There's a fight in the crowd right now.
Yeah, one of the fans threw his Edmonton jersey out on the ice. And a couple of other Edmonton fans who have not yet given up on this franchise decided to take offense.
Wow. They like hockey. There's a North Stars jersey there. He's not actually in the fight. He was helping break it up, but they're tossing the people who threw the jersey on the ice. That's crazy. That's been something that's been a big bone of contention, obviously, in Toronto. No respect for the jersey is something that hockey players will tell you is an absolute no-no. Never let your jersey hit the floor. Don't step on the logo. There's all of that.
I was surprised it was Ben Scrivens who skated over, picked up the jersey, and threw it back over the glass to the fans. And they're still roaring here in Edmonton. Most excitement they've had all night because the Oilers have provided very little. 15 shots on goal and only a couple of high-quality chances tonight. Inside 3 minutes remaining. An update on everything going on in the Western Conference playoff race coming up in Wild Live. The Ducks have tied it on a goal by Francois Beauchemin in Calgary. Kevin Gorg and Wes Walz back in the studio will break it all down. Loose puck in the high slot. Koivu fires! And it deflects to the corner. In behind Pominville. Niederreiter trying to hold it in. Koivu grabs the loose puck. Another good night for Koivu after he won it in overtime in Calgary on Wednesday. Couple of assists tonight for the Minnesota captain. Yakupov tried to center. Koivu's right there for Minnesota. Off the boards and out to center ice. Schultz has it for the Oilers. Fires it in. Devan Dubnyk. 16th consecutive start for Minnesota. Since Dubnyk arrived in the Twin Cities, he's played 896 minutes coming into tonight. More than any goaltender in the league. All but 37.5 minutes that were played by Kemper in relief in Detroit, the last game before the All-Star break. Every city we visit, you get the question, how many games can Dubnyk play? Mike Yeo answers it simply every time. Any night that Devan Dubnyk says he's ready to play. Granlund shot, kicked out by Scrivens. Parise in the corner, centers! Fontaine scores! His second of the night, and the Wild lead it 4-0.
Well, Fontaine gets his payback. Scrivens absolutely stole one from him earlier in the game, and maybe he feels a sense of reward now as he gets this puck. Quick little feed. Parise just a backhander and the one-timer in front. Good combination there as the guys coming together nicely.
Mike Yeo just constructed this line for tonight's game. I mentioned it earlier that he said Fontaine could bring a little bit more board presence to that line. Here Coyle fires. Now a centering pass, the puck loose and picked up by Ollie. But he said he's capable of playing both games, a transition game, a cycle game, and the board battle game. He's shown that tonight. Parise and Granlund assist on Fontaine's second goal of the game. Second time in his career he's had more than one goal in a game. He had a hat trick in Phoenix just over a year ago. Dumba sends it cross ice for Scandella. Drops to Vanek. Vanek looking for support. Wines fires, blocked by Hendricks. Long rebound off the end boards. Clear to the line, but Prosser holds. Prosser sends it down low. And we're inside 10 seconds. Devan Dubnyk making his 16th start for Minnesota. Will earn his 6th shutout of the year, his 5th in those 16 games with the Wild. Unbelievable run for the Wild's goaltender.
He continues to provide. Now, you could talk about the fact that the Wild protected well, but there are times in a game, key moments, when he comes up with a big save and keeps the Wild rolling the other way. And Devan Dubnyk has been stellar.
The only goaltender in the league with more shutouts right now is Marc-Andre Fleury with 8. Our 10th star of the game, the man that provided him support, Justin Fontaine with 2 goals. And Fontaine has been on a roll for Minnesota lately. Kevin Gorg, he's one of many that has stepped up and taken advantage of opportunity for the Wild since the All-Star break.
Yeah, Anthony, nice way to finish the trip. We'll break it all down on Wild Live, presented by CenturyLink. We'll take a look at Devan Dubnyk's performance. We'll hear from the head coach, Mike Yeo. We'll also preview the big matchup Sunday with the Dallas Stars. Wild win in Edmonton, 4-0. Stay here.